going over the workout, acid bath. So we're currently running a competition between all the clients that train here at FitGrind on the acid bath workout. So I figured I'd just record a video of my first attempt, just to show you what that looks like. For those that don't know, acid bath, the workout is 4 times, as fast as you can, 500 meter ski, 500 meter row, 1,000 meter bike erg, in that order. So have to start on the skier first, go into the rower, and then finish up on the biker. It's a tough one, it's a quick one, it has a lot to do with pacing and a lot to do with breathing. So I will cut to that clip. I'll do a voiceover of some tips and stuff like that, but this is my attempt, number 1, on the acid bath workout, so enjoy.
So getting ready for the acid bath workouts. Get that mind right. This is going to be a tough one. Couple things going into this one while we're getting ready. I'll be starting here shortly. I think I set a 10-second timer down in a couple seconds and then start it up. Things to focus on this workout. Number 1, breathing. So you're going to need to focus on your breath on all 3 of these. With the skier, I typically I started off with a little bit faster, almost like a sprint start there. I typically like to focus on breathing every stroke. I do ski with a little bit lower stroke rate than some other people, but focusing on getting just a little sip of air every breath, letting a sip of air out of every single rep. That's the one thing to really focus on all 3 of these pieces. Skier, the rower, the bike, is you have to breathe. You have to get air in this type of workouts. If you're not breathing, you're gonna burn out super quick. So focus on your breathing. Second tip is your pacing. So know going into this, like what can you hold for a 500 meter ski? What can you hold for a 500 meter row? What can you hold for your 1,000 meter biker? What are your paces that you can hold? And then kind of implement that in. You can't go out and completely sprint your skier and then expect to perform on your rower, and completely sprint your rower and go out and expect to perform on your biker. So you do have to dial the pace back a little bit, but with that said, this is a workout for time, so you're challenging yourself. So you do still need to challenge the pace and push that pace. And that kind of leads me into my third point, is just challenge yourself. On a workout like this, just make sure that you are leaving it all out there, that you're really testing yourself and pushing your limits. On the skier here, as you can see, about 10 seconds will finish up. I finished my 500 meter ski in 1:37. As far as my damper setting, I had it at 7. On to the rower here. One thing I wanted to point out quickly too, another tip: transition quickly between your skier to the rower and rower to the bike. You can cut off a lot of time if you're transitioning quick between these pieces. With the rower, I have the damper set at a 7, same thing as the skier. That's typically where I like to row. That's where I kind of find I have my best performance. As you can see, I kind of row here at a lower stroke rate than you might typically expect. I think that's something that, looking back on this first attempt, I think I might do a second attempt, so be on the lookout for that. But I think there's a couple places where I'm looking at this that I can shave off some time. I think I could have pushed the pace on the rower a little bit more. I do, with that said, like to row at a slightly lower stroke rate, but I think I could have picked it up a little bit more here. I feel pretty confident in my rowing that I could have shaved a couple seconds off. With the transition, back to that for a second, I had 10 seconds of transition between the skier and the rower. I think that could have been better too as well. I think I could have shaved a couple seconds off on that to just take a couple seconds off of my time. So those are a couple areas that, just looking at this off the bat, that I can see that I could push the pace on the rower a little bit more. I could transition a little bit faster and then shave some seconds off. And that's something that shaving a couple seconds off can make a big difference. But on that rower here, should be finishing up here quick. Should hit that 500. Again, I think I could have transitioned to the bike a little bit faster. I didn't set my seat height where I wanted it, had to adjust it. That takes a couple seconds off. So there was also, I worked it out on the clock, there was also 10 seconds of transition between the rower and the bike. So that's another place where I think I could improve on the transition to cut some time off. onto the biker here. So I ended up finishing that rower in 1:40. Again, I think I could have pushed the pace a little bit more, got it closer to like 1:35 to 1:37 range. On the bike here, I have my damper set at 5. So the biker, if anybody's ever used the biker, you know that biking on like a 7, 8, 9, 10 is pretty rough. So left it at 5 for me. I think that's about as high as I would want to go. Otherwise, I would start to sacrifice some RPMs. With that damper setting on all 3 of these pieces, the higher you have that damper setting, the more distance you're going to cover either per stroke or per revolution. But with that said, you also are going to have more resistance. So that's going to start to add up, especially in a workout like this where you have a bunch of volume before. You have a 500-meter row at a fast pace, a 500-meter at a ski at a fast pace. You're going to be burnt up going into this bike. But basically, my tip is just put your head down, work. I kept it, like I said, kept it at 5. There was a lot of burn going on in those legs. You just got to breathe consistently. The skiing and the rowing, you're trying to focus on getting a breath every stroke. On the bike, you're just trying to focus on breathing consistently, getting air. You're fighting that lactic acid. You're fighting that burn. This is why it's called acid bath here. You start to realize those legs are burning like hell. Finishing up here on my bike, I hit the bike in 1:42 and a total time on my acid bath workout of 5:19. So that was my first attempt. As you can see, this workout is not easy. It takes it all out of you. At the end of it, your legs just continue to fill up with blood. But like I was saying, I think I may record another time. So be on the lookout for that. See if I can shave some time off. So this has been my acid bath first attempt.
So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video of the first attempt on my acid bath workout. Like I said, be on the lookout for another video, maybe like a take 2 coming soon. I think I can shave maybe 5 to 10 seconds off on an attempt 2, just looking at some things. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks for tuning in. As always, check us out at fitgrindapparel.com. Have men's and women's clothing line if you're looking for good workouts apparel. Also, if you use gym supplements or if you're looking to try gym supplements, you can use the code FITGRIND at checkout on gymsupplementscience.com. It'll save you 10-15% on that if you use that at discount. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay tuned for that second attempt of the acid bath workout.